And welcome back to Albany Leadership Charter School for Girls here in Albany, New York. The home today, anyway, for the Bennington Martins. The Martins had a 16-point lead. Looked like they were getting ready to blow the Central Jersey Sharks right out of the water. And then the Sharks came back, and it's 56-54 Sharks as we get ready to start play here in the third. It'll be Ralph Ayala along with Christian Archer, Tavon Bennett, Darian White, and Kyle Paris, the same five that started the game for the Sharks. It'll be Gilmore, Holmes, Riles, Jackson, and Heath Mason to start the second half for the Martins. Two records for the Martins set by Tobias Holmes in the first half. 23 points in the first quarter is a Martins record for a quarter, and 36 for the half is a Martins record for a half of play. Here's Mason on the way for three. No good, and it's going to be Sharks basketball. Martins come out with a little bit of a trapping zone defense here. Easily handled by the Sharks. Here's Ayala down low for Archer. His shot no good. Alexis Jenkins with the rebound. The outlet for Tobias Holmes. Holmes finds Gilmore on the way for three, and that one is short. So the Martins struggling out of the gate here. And a quick 30-second timeout by Coach Christopher Kidd. We'll keep it right here. Big news coming out of the NBA as Kyrie Irving has gotten his way. Kyrie has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks today. Spencer Dinwiddie going back to the Brooklyn Nets after a stint with the Mavericks. Looking up to get the exact details here. So the Brooklyn Nets are trading Kyrie Irving to Dallas for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first-round pick, and multiple seconds, sources tell The Athletic. So Kyrie Irving will be a Dallas Maverick, joining Luka Doncic to see if they can make a run in the West. Mason finds Tobias Holmes. Lots of contact. The 3D light was on. Hopefully Tobias is okay after that record-breaking first half. And the foul is going to be on 0, Tavon Bennett. Haven't really noticed the 3D light much in today's game. Tobias going to get up and try to walk it off. He is a gamer. And he's going to try to stay in there if it's at all humanly possible. And you know he's in a lot of pain if Tobias Holmes takes himself out of the game. So we'll see if he's able to keep going. But Tobias with a 36-point half. Looks like he's going to be okay. A 23-point first quarter. So bonus points coming up to add to his points here with the 3D light on. The first one is good. Gets the extra foul shots, of course, with the 3D light on. Missed the second, so 37 now for Tobias. Gets 2 out of 3. Ties the game at 56. 38 points for Tobias Holmes. And whistling a foul at the other end is Kyle Paris goes to the bucket. He's going to be fouled by Heath Mason. John Riles had a game in the 40s for the Martins. That seems to be the team record as far as anybody can remember. Paris gets the first one. Xavier Boyd's going to come in for Tobias Holmes. Paris gets them both. It's a 58-56 game. Gilmore runs the offense. Here's Riles. Now Gilmore. High post for Alexis Jackson. Jackson to the bucket. Up, no good. The tip, no good. Mason the putback. And Heath Mason with the bucket. And we're tied at 58. Alexis Jackson, member of the Antigua national team. Bennett's three-pointer no good. It hit the guide wire. So the Martins with a chance to take the lead back here, tied at 58. They've led by as much as 16. Here's Alexis Jackson, finds Riles, three ball on the way, bang! John Riles knocks down the three, and the Martins with a three-point lead. Here's Paris. White to the bucket. White the follow, no good. Mason with the rebound. Gilmore looks to push it. Riles, back-to-back threes. Yes! John Riles, back-to-back three balls, and it's a 6-point lead for the Martins. Here's White to the bucket, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Mason. And that's going to send Darian White to the free throw line. But the Martins led by as much as 16, trailed 56-54 at the half, but they have opened on a 10-2 run here in the third quarter. And the first free throw is good from White. White gets them both, and it's a 4-point game. 64-60 Bennington. Just a little bit over 2 minutes in here to the third quarter. Here's Riles. He's got the high hand. Back-to-back threes. Goes down low. Alexis Jackson backs Archer down. And if that's on Archer, that's his fourth. He had three at halftime. So Alexis Jackson. A member of the Antigua national team, was recruited by the University of Tennessee. Spent time in camp with the Detroit Pistons, with the Grand Rapids G League team. Had to try out, but had some trouble with his credentials here as far as his visas, passports, things like that went, as far as being able to work in the United States. So thus he lands here on the Bennington Martins, and he gets 1 out of 2. It's a 5-point ball game. Here's Bennett. Lethal outside shooter. White back out for Bennett. Good defense by Gilmore. 7 on the shot clock. Darian White straight on three, no good. Paris with the rebound. Bennett finds Hassan Reed for three. Hassan Reed has been solid here off the bench for Central Jersey. It's a 2-point game again, just when the Martins have once again given themselves some space. And the entry pass in for Jackson's off the mark. Him and Boyd, a little miscommunication. And that is probably a product of Xavier Boyd just being re-signed here by the Martins and not having time on the floor with Alexis Jackson. Here's Hassan Reed. Sharks could take the lead back. They've weathered the storm here in the third quarter. Reed with a short jumper, and we're tied at 65. So the Martins start out the quarter with a 10-2 run, but now a 9-1 run for the Sharks. Mason, baseline jumper, no good. Alexis Jackson, the rebound, finds Riles. Riles to the bucket. Nice job moving the body in the air. The tip, up and good. Nice work. Showing off his athleticism there. The captain, John Riles. Martin's back up too. Hassan Reed, though, says, not anymore. Three-pointer from Hassan Reed. And the Sharks with a 68-67 lead. Here's Gilmore. Finds Xavier Boyd, his three-pointer off the mark. The rebound pulled down by Paris. Here's Darian White, and he's fouled on his way in. I think that's going to be against Alexis Jackson. And we're going to have a media timeout. 7:23 to go here in the third quarter. It's been a game of runs. The Sharks on the latest one, they lead 68-67. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Back here in Albany, New York, 68 rather, 67. And the first free throw good from Darian White. And this Sharks team just will not go away. They trailed by 16, came back. 1 out of 2 for White. They let the Martins go on a 10-2 run to open the second half and have come back again and now have a 69-67 lead. And here's a turnover. They're going to get the ball right back with the 3D light on. So a chance for some bonus points here for the Sharks. Ayala to the bucket, and a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Alexis Jackson. That's going to be 3 free throws because of the 3D light. So Ralph Ayala has the first one rim out on him. Gets the second one, and now gets one more with the 3D light. DeMonte White has come back on the floor, replacing Heath Mason. They didn't get the third free throw. 3 ball on the way here, no good. Ayala couldn't get it to go, but he's going back to the stripe. So a 70-67 lead for the Sharks. They've weathered the storm after that 10-2 run. Jackson's going to go out, and he's going to be replaced by Vincent Edwards. Ayala gets the first one. Got the roll. Here comes Edwards on the floor. Another new member of the Martins. Several new members since the Martins were home previously as Ayala gets them both. Xavier Boyd, Ronell Epps, Vincent Edwards, and also Damon Jonas. All new members of the Martins since the Martins were home last. Here's DeMonte White, powers his way in and whistling a foul. 72-67, 5-point lead for New Jersey. DeMonte White goes to the line for two. And the first one rolls around and goes down for DeMonte White. White on the floor with Gilmore, Riles, Edwards, and Boyd. And we have not seen Tobias Holmes since he went down hard. Holmes had 36 in the first half, now has 38, but has not been on the floor since getting banged up. 4-point lead for the Sharks. Darian White finds Bennett. Here's Paris, short jumper. He's fouled. He's going to go to the line. The Martins just not defending, plain and simple. No intensity right now for them on the defensive end of the floor. They're letting guys cut. They're getting good looks. Kyle Paris, strong on the first one off the back iron. Martin sitting in 8th right now in their division of the ABA, hoping to get a playoff spot, but they've got to start reeling off some wins here during this homestand. 73-68, Paris got 1 out of 2. Here's Riles on the right wing. Goes down low for DeMonte White. Goes to work on Reed and just overpowers Hassan Reed right there for the bucket. That's a 3-point game. Sharks with a 73-70 lead. The chant of defense going up here at Albany Leadership Charter, the home of the Panthers, but today the home of the Martins. And Hassan Reed to the bucket and the foul by DeMonte White. So that's going to put Hassan Reed on the free throw line, trying to extend his team's 3-point lead. And he gets the first one. The Martins will be here at Albany Leadership again next weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. So if you didn't get out here to the game in Albany today, you got 2 more shots next weekend as Reed makes them both to give his team a 5-point advantage. Ronell Epps back on the floor here for the Martins. He'll bring the ball up the court. Defended by Darian White. Here's Xavier Boyd. X looks inside for DeMonte White. They double team him. Kicks it out. Epps straight on 3. Wide open. Good! Ronell Epps with the 3-pointer from the top of the key. And it's a 2-point ball game. Nice pass by Hassan Reed. The follow by Kyle Paris. Paris working hard on the offensive boards. They didn't get him boxed out, folks. And when that happens, you give up second shots and put back opportunities. Here's DeMonte White. They've been featuring him here as of late, and they call it travel. He clearly looked like he was tripped. Everybody on the bench of the Martins saying that's a trip. He just didn't fall down by himself. And travel on White, so the ball goes right back to the Martins. The 3D light comes on. But the Martins down 4 at 77-73. You got to give this Central Jersey Sharks team a lot of credit. They come in here against a much deeper Martins team with 7 guys, and they lead this ball game. They've come back from a 16-point deficit. Epps down the lane, up and good. Ronell Epps making his presence felt off the bench in his return to the Martins after being with the team last year. And it's a 1-point lead for the Sharks. Here's Hassan Reed. And Paris lost the handle on it. It's going to be Martins basketball. So 4:32 to go in the third quarter. The Martins with a chance to take back the lead. Here's Epps with Xavier Boyd. The two of them both played for the Martins last year. DeMonte White up and good. Count it. And he'll go to the line after the M1. Yeah, Xavier Boyd, Ronell Epps, both were on the team last year. And both returning for the stretch run. Foul shot is short. It's a 1-point lead, 78-77. Hassan Reed, baseline jumper. Bennett, good, he got it. Bennett, when he's left open, has been huge for the Sharks. Tavon Bennett makes the Martins lead short-lived. It's 80-78 Sharks. DeMonte White, though, goes with the left hand. And we're tied at 80. Bennett again. No good. The rebound by Ayala. Bennett. Baseline jumper, no good. Paris, the rebound. Ayala, no good. They get the rebound again. Hassan Reed, no good. The offensive boards being just dominated here by Central Jersey. And down the lane, Darian White, they end up cashing it in with a bucket. What work on the offensive glass by the Sharks. They have a 2-point lead approaching 3 minutes remaining in the third. DeMonte White just having his way in the paint. He's going to go to the line. They have nobody on the floor that can defend DeMonte right now. And DeMonte's going to go to the line, and he's short on the first one. But they cannot stop DeMonte White right now in the paint. They just have nobody that can match up. One out of two for DeMonte White. 3 minutes to go in the third. It's a 1-point lead for the Sharks. Here's Ayala. Darian White being hounded here by Edwards. Hassan Reed, been a huge factor off the bench. Reed trying to power his way in, and he does it. No, they're going to call it travel. Officials say he carried the ball on his hip. Martins, I thought, caught a break there. Xavier Boyd for three. And the Martins back on top at 84-82. A deep three by X-Man. Ayala fouled out front. It's going to be on DeMonte White. (84-82). Ayala will go to the line. And spins around and goes in. Ayala with a flair for the dramatic on that one. Juwan Malone will check back in, replacing Vincent Edwards. Ayala gets them both, and we're tied at 84. 2:27 to go here in the third quarter. Here's Xavier Boyd looking in for DeMonte White. Boyd lets it go for three. No good. White on the offensive glass. No good. Malone kept it alive, and DeMonte White's going to be fouled. So Monte is going to go to the line. Looking to put the Martins back in front. And the first one's good. It's been a back and forth battle. Martins led by 16 at one point. Tobias Holmes with 38 points in the ball game. He had 23 in the first quarter, 36 at the half, but then he got injured early in the quarter. Here's a turnover, 3D light on, but a turnover right back. Here comes Darian White. Couldn't get it to go. The putback by Paris, no good. Hassan Reed for three, no good. And it's going to be Martins basketball. Here's Ronell Epps, under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. The Martins with a 2-point lead. Boyd goes down low for DeMonte. They double, they triple. Xavier Boyd penetrates. The runner, no good. Might have been partially blocked. And Paris traveled. So the 3D light on here with the Martins with a 86-84 lead and 1:31 to go in the third quarter. And before the ball is put in play, we're going to have a media timeout. 1:31 to go here in the third quarter. The Martins 86 and the Sharks 84. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Albany Leadership Charter School for Girls here in Albany, New York. 86-84. The Martins with a 2-point lead. 1:31 to go in the third quarter. And the Martins with the basketball and the 3D light on so they can pick up some bonus points potentially here. Here's Ronell Epps on the floor with Riles, Boyd, White, and Malone. They look to double down on Monte. Spins to the baseline, finds Malone. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Hassan Reed. Here's Paris getting heavy pressure from Malone. Good D here by the Martins, but to the bucket. Darian White, no good. Reed on the baseline. Bennett, three, good. Bennett has been outstanding shooting the three ball today. And he gives the Sharks an 87-86 lead. Here's Epps, Riles, Malone, back up for Riles. Xavier Boyd to the bucket. Are they going to count it? I think he said on the floor. So they're going to inbound with 38.1 to play in the quarter. Down a point are the Martins. Comes in for DeMonte White. Xavier Boyd technical foul now called. And it's going to be Bennett shooting the free throw. So I think it was an illegal screen that was the call. And then a technical foul. Tavon Bennett makes the first one. Misses the second. 88-86 Sharks. 36.4 to play here in the third quarter. And they throw it away. Riles with good hustle. Look out. Riles to the bucket. Rejected by Paris. What a play by Paris. Kyle Paris skying up to block that shot. It's going to be Martin's ball with 30 seconds left in the quarter. What a show of athleticism by Kyle Paris. Here's DeMonte White. Baseline jumper, no good. Paris saves it, and saves it to Hassan Reed. Under 20 seconds to play. Here come the Sharks. White, baseline jumper, no good. Ayala with the good hustle, and it's last touched by DeMonte White. So 11.3 to go. Sharks with another opportunity. They lead at 88-86, third quarter. Here's Tavon Bennett. Guarded by Malone. Good defense there by Malone. Step back three by Bennett, no good. DeMonte White the rebound. And that's the end of the third quarter. We've got three in the books here in Albany. Our score, New Jersey 88. The Martins, 86. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Albany Leadership Charter School in Albany, New York. Fourth quarter, 88-86. The Sharks with the lead. It's been a courageous effort here by the Sharks as they have just 7 guys. The Martins with more than twice that. And yet the Sharks with a 2-point lead. And this guy's been outstanding off the bench. Hassan Reed, and a whistle and a foul on Juwan Malone as Reed makes his move to the bucket. And Reed's going to go to the line to shoot a pair. So Hassan Reed with 2 here. Gets the first one. Gives his team a 3-point lead here, just underway, 4th quarter in Albany. And he gets them both. And checking in is going to be Donovan Ryland for the first time here in the second half for the Sharks. For some reason, the officials making Hassan Reed come back on. Ryland goes back to the bench. He'll wait to get in at the next whistle. 4-point lead here for the Sharks. It's Epps, White, Boyd, Riles, and Malone. We still have not seen Tobias Holmes here since he went down hard on that drive to the bucket. Holmes had 23 in the first quarter, 36 and a half, and after scoring his first buckets, or actually it was 2 foul shots, but scoring his only points, and now Ryland comes in. We have not seen him since. He went to the bucket, went down hard, made 2 free throws, then left the game. Here's Malone. Malone muscling his way up against Bennett, and back to a 2-point game. And the crowd chanting for defense here for the Martins. And up off the glass, no good. Riles with the rebound as Darian White couldn't get the shot to go. Here's Riles. Xavier Boyd straight on 3, and he got it. And the Martins take the lead back at 91-90. His first game, I believe, returning. Certainly first home game returning for the Martins. Talked with Xavier on the pregame show today, and he was a nervous wreck. Not about the game, about the interview. Not nervous now. Here's the turnover. Boyd with the steal. Epps for 3. No good. Riles the rebound. Thought about it. Now they'll reset. Here's Malone. Malone spins. Spins again. Couldn't get the roll. Rebound pulled down by Darian White. Martins by 1. Coming up on 10 minutes to play. In and out for White. Malone the rebound. Here's Boyd. Boyd. 3. No good. Up and down the court action. Here's Ryland. Ryland for 3. Got it. Ryland hasn't seen a lot of minutes, but he's been effective when he's on the floor, and that was a big 3 right there. It gives his team a 93-91 lead. Here's DeMonte White. They force him out further away from the basket. They look like they want to double team. Epps, a deep 3. No good. Rebound pulled down by Archer, who's checked back in, replacing Hassan Reed, and a whistle and a foul. Archer has been in foul trouble all day for the Sharks. First meeting between these 2 teams this year. First meeting ever between the 2 teams, actually. 93-91, the Sharks with a 2-point lead coming up on 9 minutes to play. Here's Ryland. Now Bennett. Tavon Bennett looks to go to work. He's had a fantastic game. Kicks it out for Archer. Archer, strong move to the bucket, but couldn't get it to go. But there's Paris again. Back for Archer. Spins. No good. DeMonte White the rebound. Here comes Epps. Riles. Xavier Boyd to the bucket. The layup up and good. We're tied at 93 after the strong move to the hoop by Xavier Boyd. Archer down the lane, shot up and good. Archer, after missing 2 shots the last trip, refusing to be denied right there. And they try to go inside. Good help on the backside. The pass was off the mark. Here's Ryland. Ryland finds Archer. Archer to the bucket. Couldn't get the roll. Rebound by Epps. Here comes Epps. Martin's down 2. Epps looking for the tie. No good. Ryland. Darian White for 3. No good. Archer battling for the rebound. Fans wanted an over-the-back call. I think they might be correct, but nonetheless, it's going to be Martin's basketball. And we're going to have a media timeout. 7:59 to go in this one here in Albany. It is Central Jersey 95, Bennington 93. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Back in Albany, 7:59 to go in the ball game. 95-93, the Central Jersey Sharks on top. But here's Riles looking to tie it up, and he does. Strong move by the captain, John Riles, and we're tied at 95. John on the pregame show with me once again today. Always a fun conversation. Here's Paris. Kyle Paris, and he traveled. So the Martins with a chance to grab the lead back. It's been tight all the way. The Martins did lead by 16 at one point in the first half before the Sharks came back and took the lead at the break by 2. Martins opened the third quarter on a 10-2 run, and it's been tight ever since then. Epps on the floor with Boyd, Malone, Jackson, and Riles. Here's Jackson working against Archer. Lost the handle. And looks like it's going to stay with the Martins. Doesn't look like we're going to see Tobias Holmes anymore today after being injured early in the third quarter. And he lowered the shoulder. This is going to be an offensive foul against Alexis Jackson. So the big 7-footer picks up the foul, and with 7:05 to go, the Sharks are going to have a chance to take the lead back again. It is White, Ryland, Bennett, Archer, and Paris on the floor for the Sharks. Yeah, Tobias has his warm-up on over there. Too bad. That injury is going to spoil what was going to be a huge record-breaking game. Still broke 2 records as Bennett knocks that one down to give the Sharks the 2-point lead. Most points for the Martins in a quarter, 23. Here's Jackson. Nice pass. Malone the slam. Beautiful feed from Alexis Jackson and Juwan Malone. The two-hand jam. And we're tied at 97. Ryland. High off the glass and good. Tough shot by Donovan Ryland. But he gives the Sharks a 2-point lead. And just when I said I don't know if we'd see Tobias again, he's up off the bench. Here's Malone. Went for the one-hand jam. Couldn't get up and get the legs up, but Riles the putback. And we're tied at 99. Darian White and a whistle and a foul. The slam by Paris. I'll tell you, Paris has mad hops, everybody. He had that block. You know, he's not that tall. I mean, I don't know, I'm going to say 6'4", 6'3", but he has got huge hops. So Darian White to shoot 2. Gets the first one. Ronell Epps will come out, and Tobias is going to give it a run here. Had 36 points in the first half, has 38 in the game, but went down hard on a drive in the third quarter and has not been on the floor since. But we'll see what he's got left in the tank here. 101-99. The Sharks with the 2-point lead. Here's Xavier Boyd. Boyd getting double teamed. Finds Malone. 3, no good. The rebound by Archer. 5.5 to play. Central Jersey with a 2-point lead. Bennett, no good. The rebound by Archer. And it's a 4-point lead for the Sharks. Xavier Boyd brings it across the timeline. Finds Alexis Jenkins. Backs Archer down. Half hook, no good. Archer the rebound. Nothing but respect for this Sharks team. Undermanned, but they've been outstanding here today. Archer whistling a foul after the initial miss. And Malone had to be restrained there. Nice job by, I believe it was Bennett. So a 4-point lead here for the Sharks. Archer at the line. And that one rimmed out on him. Coming back on the floor will be Hassan Reed and Ralph Ayala. Paris will get a break, and Ryland as well. Bennett and Malone still jawing at each other on the free throw line. Archer gets 1 out of 2. It's a 5-point lead. We go under 5 minutes to play here. Central Jersey undermanned, but not underworked here for sure this afternoon in Albany. Here's Tobias Holmes. He sat a long time. And a traveling call on Holmes. So it's Riles, Boyd, Holmes, Jenkins, Malone for the Martins. Reed, Archer, Ayala, White, and Bennett handling the ball right now for the Sharks, who lead by 5 with 4.5 to play. Ayala, baseline jumper, no good. Jenkins, the rebound, or Jackson rather, the rebound. Alexis Jackson. Here's Tobias, splits 2 defenders, whistling a foul. Foul's on the floor. So we'll see after that injury. Again, we've got some jawing going on, some extracurricular activity. Officials stepping in, trying to maintain control. It's going to be Martin's ball. Tobias Holmes will be the trigger man. Gets it in for Xavier Boyd. Here's Boyd looking to go to work. Finds Riles. Good fake. Riles looking to get in the lane. Boyd on the way for 3. Good. Big three-pointer from Xavier Boyd. And it's 104-102 Sharks. 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. Coming right down to the wire in Albany. And the Martins really needing a win. They beat the New Jersey Knights last weekend to snap a long losing skid. And they're looking to get another one here today. And nice job there, the roll by Darian White. Big shot for White, much needed for the Sharks. Here's Tobias Holmes, seeing if he can heat back up. Sat a long time after that injury. Boyd for 3. Baseline jumper, Xavier Boyd. And it's a 1-point ball game. So nice to have Xavier back in the fold here for the Martins after playing with the team last year, but not being with the team this season. That shot off the mark, and it's going to be Martins basketball. Good hustle by Tobias Holmes as he knocked it off the leg of Ralph Ayala. And a timeout will be called. And with the timeout on the floor, we'll take one as well. 3:06 to go here in Albany. The Sharks 106, the Martins 105. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Albany. 3:06 to go. Bennington Martins, a road home game today. Not playing in their usual home digs over in Bennington, playing here in Albany. As a matter of fact, they'll play 2 games in Albany next weekend as well. It's going to be Holmes, Riles, Malone, Boyd, Jenkins for the Martins. Ayala, White, Archer, Reed, and Bennett. Not sure what happened there. Double foul, looks like. Archer and Jenkins throwing their bodies around down there as the ball was thrown in. Maybe before the ball was thrown in. Boyd finds Riles, 3-ball. No good. Malone almost had the rebound, couldn't quite corral it. Hassan Reed spins. Got the bucket. Hassan Reed. And it's 108-105. Tobias finds Xavier Boyd. He's had the hot hand here in the fourth quarter. Boyd. Jenkins the slam. Jackson, sorry. My apologies. Not Tyrone Jenkins. Alexis Jackson. Too many J's for me to keep track of. 108-107. Archer up and good. Every time the Martins get momentum. Alexis Jackson with that big dunk. Tobias Holmes down the lane. Got it! 40 for Tobias Holmes. And we're not tied. It's 110-109. But Tobias, after that 36-point first half, 23-point first quarter, scoring his first bucket since early in the third. Here's Ayala. Minute 40 to go. Archer, they tie him up, jump ball. And the possession arrow favors the Martins, I believe. It will. And now the Sharks are saying they just had it. But the scorer's table adamant that it should be the Martins. So the officials are going to get together and talk about it. It's going to be the Martins' ball. Ayala saying they started the quarter with the ball. So 110-109. Here's Tobias Holmes, minute 35 to go in the game. Holmes to the bucket. They're going to wave it off. He's fouled on the floor. Holmes, who sat for a long time after being banged up, certainly looking sharp right now. Looks like he's got the legs back close to 100%. Here's Holmes. Finds Xavier Boyd. Boyd has had a strong fourth quarter. Malone, Boyd, three for the lead. Xavier Boyd, bang, and it's 112-110 Martins. A minute 14 to go. Boyd has had a huge fourth quarter. Bennett couldn't get the roll. Ayala, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the line. So Ralph Ayala will go to the line looking to tie things for the Sharks. And Alexis Jackson has fouled out of the ball game. So we'll see who Coach Kidd goes with. I was going to say DeMonte White. Here comes Monte. Two-point lead for the Martins. Ayala looking to take care of that here. And he's got one of them. And he got them both. We're tied at 112, 106 to go here in Albany at Albany Leadership Charter School for Girls, the home today for the Martins as they look to expand their fan base here. A whistle and a stoppage of play. I'm not sure why. I don't think the shot clock was running. It's still at 30. Must have been a shot clock issue, so we'll see if they reset, take some time off. They have not yet. I think I heard Christopher Kidd say the game clock had to run for the shot clock to run, so they're kind of connected. So we'll see. They might have to do a hand count before starting the shot clock. That'd be my guess. Nope, they did get it worked down after all. Xavier Boyd, jumper in the lane, no good. The tip by Malone, it wouldn't go down. Under a minute to play, tied at 112. The Sharks with a chance to take the lead back. Here's Tivon Bennett. Ayala was going to give him a screen. Now Archer comes up. Here's Bennett. Darian White. 10 on the shot clock. Ayala inside for Archer. Nice head fake. No good. Keeping it alive, though, was Hassan Reed. Stripped by Boyd. Archer count the basket. And he's fouled. He's going to go to the line. So the Sharks take the lead. I thought. There it is, up on the scoreboard. And a chance for a three-point play for Archer. And he got the roll after it went off the back iron. It's a three-point game, 20 seconds to go. Archer spent a lot of time on the bench in foul trouble in this game. Here's Tobias Holmes. Holmes looking to get to the rim, a whistle and a foul on the floor. Fouls to give, I believe, for the Sharks. Tobias will inbound underneath the basket. Comes in for DeMonte White. Tobias Holmes, three, no good. And it goes out of bounds off the Sharks with 6 seconds to play. Timeout on the floor, 6 seconds to go. It is Central Jersey 115, the Martins 112. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Albany Leadership Charter High School for Girls in Albany, New York. 6 seconds to go. The Martins trailing by 3. This Central Jersey Sharks team with only 7 guys on their roster has come in here. And they're looking to hold off the Martins. Holmes for 3. It's short. 2 seconds to go. And a whistle and a foul. So the Martins might get another crack at it. Ayala with some debate here. Officials are going to get together in conference. Make sure they get this right. 1.2 to go, a 3-point lead for the Sharks. Officials discussing things. Taking a long time. All right, so it looks like it's going to be Martins basketball. Timeout being called here. Ralph Ayala staying out there and debating things, and his teammates are like, let's go. We're 1.2 seconds away from winning this and getting in the vehicles and heading back to New Jersey. Let's not waste any more time here is basically, I think, what they were telling him there. So we'll keep it right here. The Martins will be back here at Albany Leadership Charter next weekend for games on Saturday and Sunday. But if they can't get this one tied and force overtime, this is going to be a devastating loss. They led by 16. They came out on a 10-2 run in the third quarter after trailing at the half, blowing that 16-point lead. And now on the verge of falling to this undermanned Sharks team. Here we go. Malone will be the inbounder. They got 1.2 seconds to go. Holmes, and he caught it! We're going to overtime. Tobias Holmes with 43, and we're going to overtime in Albany. Tobias Holmes, 23 in the first half, 23 in the first quarter, I should say. 36 in the half, got injured on his first attempt in the third quarter, sat out the entire third quarter after being injured in much of the fourth, and all he does is come out and bang a desperation 3. As a Knicks fan, it's bringing back nightmares from last night when Nicholas Batum did it and sent that game against the Clippers to overtime, and the Knicks end up losing in overtime. Very similar. We're tied at 1:15. And we're going overtime here in Albany, and we'll take a break and be right back. This is ABA Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Welcome back to Albany. We go to overtime, tied at 1:15. Tobias Holmes, 43 points in the ball game, at 36 in the first half, then got injured early in the third, but bangs a huge 3 to send this to overtime. It'll be Malone DeMonte White, Xavier Boyd, Holmes, and Riles for the Martins. Ryland is back in for the Sharks. It'll be Archer, Bennett, Paris is back in, Ryland, and Darian White for the Sharks, and the Sharks win the tip. Here's Bennett. Bennett finds Ryland. First possession of overtime. Ryland had it stripped from behind. I think it was Xavier Boyd. Here's Riles to the bucket. It wouldn't go. Malone the tip. The tip again. Finally the reverse layup by Juwan Malone, and the Martins lead 117-115. Now the turnover. The captain, Riles, getting his hand on that one. And the 3D light is on. Riles. Boyd for 4. No. Couldn't get it to go. The rebound by the Sharks. Here's Donovan Ryland. And jump ball, held ball. Good call. They had the hand right on the ball. And the possession arrow is going to favor the Martins. It's going to be Martins basketball with a 2-point lead. 2:16 to go in this 3-minute overtime session. Riles in for Tobias Holmes, who sent this game to overtime with that huge 3. Down low, DeMonte White looks to go to work on Archer. Backs him down. Muscles his way in. Malone, and Malone's fouled. He's going to go to the line. So Juwan Malone with just over 2 minutes to go in the first overtime. And he missed the first one. Malone missed them both. The rebound by Paris. 117-115. We go under 2 minutes to go in overtime. Here's Kyle Paris. Gets the high screen from Darian White. Paris for 3. No good. Rebound, Tobias Holmes. Christopher Kidd telling the Martins be patient. Holmes trying to go to work on Paris. Fadeaway jumper, no good. DeMonte White had it, lost it. Here comes Bennett. Bennett, and he threw it away. Tobias pointing at himself over to Coach Christopher Kidd saying, my bad, shouldn't have rushed that shot. Gives the thumbs up again. Minute 20 to go here. 2-point lead in overtime for the Martins. Here's Riles to DeMonte White. The bounce pass didn't connect. Here's Paris. Paris to the bucket. Couldn't get the layup to go, and Juwan Malone with the rebound. There's only been 2 points total here so far in overtime. So far, it's all the Martins have needed as we go to 1 minute to play here in overtime. DeMonte White blocked by Archer. Gets it back. The shot no good, but the tip in on the backside by the captain, John Riles. And it's a 4-point ball game. Here's White. White gets in the lane. The pass to Archer. Turnaround jumper off glass, no good. Tipped up by Paris, no good. Archer, up and good. It's back to 2. 27 seconds to play. 119-117, the Martins. Trying to pull this one out after being down 3 with 1.2 seconds to go. And then getting a big three-pointer from Tobias Holmes. Shot clock is off, by the way. So the Martins could have run out the clock. The Sharks had to foul there. And they foul Xavier Boyd. So that looks like it's going to be all for Hassan Reed. It is not a shooting situation. They're 2 away from the bonus, I thought I heard Christopher Kidd say. And they'll foul Xavier Boyd with 13.9 to go. So still one to give for the Sharks. Look for them to foul again right away. DeMonte White finds Tobias Holmes. And he gets fouled with 8 seconds to go, and he'll go to the line this time, looking to make it a 2-possession game if he can make them both. Tobias with a 43-point effort here and spent quite a bit of time on the bench in the second half. Gets the first one. 44 points. None more important than this one coming up right here. And he got it. 45 for Tobias Holmes. It's 121-117. 8 seconds to play. Ayala way off the mark. And 1.6 to go. And the celebration begins here in Albany. Comes into Xavier Boyd. And that'll do it. Tobias Holmes with 45 points saved the day with a desperation 3 with 1.2 to go. And the Martins come away with a 121-117 win here at Albany Leadership Charter High School for Girls in Albany. So the Martins with a great effort, and again, give the Central Jersey Sharks a big shout out as well, because they, with only 7 guys, much undermanned, hung in here and were less than a second probably away from winning it. Martins inbounded the ball with 1.2 to go. And Tobias Holmes, 3 of his 45 points, bangs a huge 3 to send it to overtime. The Martins, after beating the New Jersey Knights a week ago, win another one, 121-117. That's going to wrap it up here from Albany Leadership Charter School for Girls in Albany, New York. Thanks for joining us. The Martins win it. This has been ABA Base Basketball on Facebook Live and the ABA Network. Have a good rest of your evening, everyone.